Hi everyone, this is Wouter from Snow Sports Kaprun again, and this is
Andy from Snow Camps Europe. And on this week's video podcast, we are talking about what, Walter?
we're talking about the Dolomites
Why are we talking about the Dolomites?
because it is fantastic, you know.
It is fantastic.
And do you know why, Andy?
There are many reasons, but go on, tell me why are we talking about Dolomites? And I know they're fantastic, but why exactly why are we talking about the Dolomites?
Because we actually we want to next year. We're planning to do a camp in the Dolomites. Because so many people were asking us about running a camp in the Dolomites, so we decided to do one. And I have skied there, you have skied there, and it is fantastic. Because the scenery,
Well,
it's beautiful.
I think there's many things about the Dolomites that if people haven't been there, we'd be able to tell them about. And the first one you've said there, the scenery is insane, and it's very different to Austria because the rock structure is actually very different to Austria. So it's a very different scenery. Ski area.
There's about 1,200 kilometers of piste. There's the there's Dolomiti Super Ski.
1,200 kilometers. I think isn't it 400 pistes or 450 pistes?
Something like that, yeah, correct. It's not all completely connected, but it runs on one pass.
Yeah, because we've got
it's like 10-minute drive in between, maybe.
You've got the Salaronda, right, which
correct.
Is something like 48 kilometers around.
That is correct.
And you can do this in a day, and you can go either clockwise or anti-clockwise.
That is correct. You can start from the middle. You can start, from the top. It's fantastic, and it's not overrun. It's even in half term. It's not busy.
I was about to say, I've never stood in a lift queue in the Salaronda.
No.
When I've been to the Dolomites.
The weather is nicer, often, good variety for all kinds, from beginners to expert skiers.
I think their snowmaking is some of the best in Europe. So if it is a not so good snow year, they normally do augment enough snow to keep the Salaronda open.
That is correct, because it is often a little bit warmer as well.
I think what else? You've got 12 different villages.
Correct.
Of which that we are most likely to stay in Araba, which is the highest in the Salaronda, I believe, or one of the highest.
That's correct.
Around about, is it 2,500 meters or something?
I
think it peaks out at 2,700.
Correct.
So you've got the altitude as well. That's 700 more meters than we got here in Zalmzee. Now, what I noted when I was there, and I was there as a tourist, I think 5 times, the après ski is quite different.
It is different. It's more sophisticated. So,
and that's more like
nicer.
More like my kind of après ski.
My vibe as well, because I'd like to have some good food,
bit of wine.
good glass of wine,
Bit of cheese.
Yes, bit of cheese, and just chilled. The music is good. It's a bit more chilled music. It's not this Oompa Loompa Schlager
Dutch music.
Dutch and Germans. The Germans love it.
Yeah.
But also you see now, after half an hour, that even the Germans and the Dutch are nowadays
over it.
It's enough now.
Yeah.
But it's much more sophisticated. It's more my vibe. Bit chilled, nice. You can have a conversation with someone.
It's the area is also a World Heritage Site, isn't it? Now, what's that funny word that I can never remember?
The UNESCO?
UNESCO. It's an UNESCO Heritage Site. Before we started to turn the camera on, I was having problems with that. That's why he's laughing at me. But I think there's like many reasons why running a camp in the Dolomites is going to be really good fun.
Correct.
We've got a fair few people already interested. And if there's anyone else who is interested, then obviously the more the merrier. We can take more coaches if we need to, can't we? Other things that I found there, obviously the food is very different, and the beer, it's a different beer from the standard Austrian beer, which is always good, because as people know, I do quite like my beer.
Yeah. We've got nice beer.
Yeah.
That is correct. Nice food, nice wine, nice beer. It's just a bit more chilled, not as overrun with people. The piste is phenomenal. The resorts are good.
They seem to be very good at preparing their piste as well. Where some places it can be a bit hit and miss. I never really had a problem in the Dolomites with badly prepared piste, and obviously the snow conditions do play into it. But some places just seem to be able to keep their snow in a better condition.
That is right. Yeah.
So that's good. Now, just talking a little bit about the camp element, because the reason we're talking about the Dolomites is we are going to run a camp. for people thinking that they may be interested, we would have a couple of different accommodation options. So we'd have a nice 4-star half-board hotel, and then maybe a bed and breakfast for those people who would rather go out and eat. Um, at the moment, I'm looking into the transfer options from the airport, so we will be able to supply transfers. And unlike the normal camp, it would be more of a guided experience than a coaching experience. Would you say that's kind of more along the lines of it?
Yeah, because it is such a big resort, so it is interesting in the point of view of doing like a ski safari. You know, of course we'll be coaching, yeah, but it's also making kilometers because you've got some hidden valleys. You've got really, you've got pretty villages. What you said, 12 villages.
Yeah.
So you want to explore the region as
Get
well.
about.
We want to do a little bit off piste, of course, because it's got good variety of off piste. So yeah, it's more of a bit of a guiding element to it.
And then there's also the glacier. There's the Marmalade Glacier as well, isn't there?
Correct.
Which I think you can spend a good few hours just on there.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. It's just you've got everything. It's a romantic. It's a romantic winter escape. It's got spa for relaxation. Yeah.
It's got a lot of pluses, right? It's got a lot of
Correct.
pluses. So that's why we're talking about the Dolomites, folks, because we are intending next winter to visit the Dolomites with a group of you, and it'll be myself and Voucher, and then maybe a couple of other coaches if we need them, eh? Yeah.
Hope so.
Good stuff. If you've got any questions about the Dolomites or you've got any questions about those camps, then again, as always, drop them below in the comments and we'll get back to you. And hopefully we'll see you either this winter in Kaprun's LMZ or next winter in the Dolomites, eh?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Cool. So for this one, bye from Andy from Snow Camps Europe.
And bye from Walter from Snow Sports Kaprun.
Catch you on the next one.
See ya.